Hello, hello.
We will be joined sometime in this episode by a special guest. You'll know her by her voice, and we'll give her a little introduction when she shows up.
I'm excited because she's technically been a guest twice now, but you guys have only heard it once. We are, not to spoil any future prospects, but we are in the process of developing a certain fan-exclusive website.
Not OnlyFans.
No, well, maybe.
Oh.
But there is an episode saved just for that with this lovely lady. So we will see. But yeah, let's jump right into it.
Let's go.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Jane, and this is Creeps and Coffee.
A show where we talk about the dark parts of the world around us.
Cryptids, conspiracies, things that go bump in the night.
And the crimes behind the scariest creatures of all, humans.
Join us as we take a look at the stories sure to give you the creeps.
Pull up a seat, grab a coffee,
and let's have a chat.
So, inspired by my European travels lately, we thought talking about European women would be the move for today.
Killer European women.
Killer European women. So, fun fact, when I was in London, I somehow, still don't really know how, I got lost and stumbled upon a crime museum.
So cool.
And I was really in my element. I tripped over some medieval torture equipment, which the guy that was standing beside me thought was very funny. He did not help me, so it was super embarrassing. But the museum itself was super, super cool. And it kind of sparked Jamie and I talking a little bit more about crazy cases across the pond. Because, we've talked about a lot of North American killers and crime cases in general. But there's so much more across history and across cultures. And it's kind of... Oh my god, I have the hiccups. It's kind of interesting to look at how cases are handled outside of North America and outside of Canada. And particularly in different historical times. Because I think most, if not all, of the cases we're going to talk about are old cases.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But even into modernity, there's a lot of different perspectives on how to handle murder and crime, and I think it's interesting too to look at the difference in how female serial killers are handled as opposed to their male counterparts, and how they might not even necessarily be serial killers, but because they're female, they're handed heavier sentences. So I don't know. There's a lot to get into. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I will say a lot of this is all Jamie.
Well, shall I get into it?
Please
our first
do.
one?
Please do.
Or shall I say our first duo? Dun dun dun.
Oh my god.
You may or may not have heard of them, but these two best friends, Amelia Sash, S-A-C-H.
I would say Sack.
And Annie Walters. Now, these ladies, they are known for, they're called the Finchley Baby Farmers.
Oh, that's already not a good sign.
So, they operated together a lying-in home in East Finchley, which is North London. And what that is it's a place where babies could be left, like a safe place for them, which I know a lot of churches do that.
Absolutely, but it was really popular. So when was this?
Around 1900, the year.
So
Specifically 1900.
the year. not the military time, the year. I think we have to keep in mind the historical context too. Is now, like Jamie said, churches, fire stations, specific adoption facilities. There's a lot more options for unwed mothers or situations like that. And there's still a stigma behind it, don't get me wrong, but there's significantly less drama surrounding it than there would have been in the year 1900. So for these young women who potentially were assaulted, abused, or risked being completely thrown out of society as they knew it because of a pregnancy, having safe houses like this was integral to their survival as much as it was the baby's survival.
Yeah.
It wasn't, they couldn't necessarily take care of them, they couldn't explain why they had a baby out of wedlock. There was a huge risk involved. So places like this were hard to come by, but they were super, super important when it comes to society as a whole at that point.
Yeah, that like a lot of their clients were like servants from local houses who became pregnant, and like their employers were like, no, you cannot be pregnant, like get rid of it.
Well, because they were most likely committing adultery.
Yeah.
Which, why would anyone do that? What absolute cunts
I know.
to do that?
But yes, they also got these babies like adopted out in exchange for payments. However, unfortunately, they had at least 12 victims who were infant babies. Unfortunately.
As opposed to infant adults.
I don't know. They were infants. But the pair would take some of the babies and poison them with, I don't know how to say this, chlorodyne. Which, terrible. Don't ever hurt your children. Like, if you're like in a position to care for children, how dare you? Like,
this is the thing. With houses, like safe houses and facilities like this at the time, was that the people who ran houses like this didn't necessarily run them out of the goodness of their hearts. They ran them because they knew how in demand they were going to be and how important it would be to make money.
your favorite person is here.
My favorite person is here. My girlfriend is here. Hi.
Okay, sorry. What were you saying? Or were you done the thought?
I was not, because I got excited. I was saying the shitty thing about people who ran facilities like this was that they understood how in demand they were, and they understood how integral it would be to help these women. But they understood that these women were desperate and that they were on their last resort, and that if they didn't have facilities like this, the woman risked dying in childbirth. They risked ruining the lives of themselves and the children. So they knew that people would pay inexorbitant amounts of money for situations like this. They weren't necessarily people that liked kids. Some of them were, don't get me wrong. Some of these facilities were incredible. But in cases like this, they really saw it as a money grab. They couldn't care less whether the kid lived or died.
Yeah. And that was definitely the case for this time.
Yeah. I know similar circumstances on the Canadian side were the Butterbox babies in Halifax.
Yeah. Whole other
where
episode.
They did the same thing. But at the same time, I don't know if it's the same in this circumstance, but they would sell the babies, like adopt them out, sell them out, but then still kill them. So they'd get money for the mother leaving the baby there. They'd get money for the mother leaving the baby there, but they would also get money for adopting them out, and then they would just kill the baby and say that either the mother had died in childbirth and something had happened, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, unfortunately in this case, fortunately in this case, they were caught by their landlord, actually, who was also a police officer.
They were doing this in a rented home?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, the landlord/police officer finally caught them, and when they did the trial, the amount of baby clothes that they found indicated like how many crimes were committed. So there was a lot more than 12 outfits, so they think there was more, but they only got charged for 12 child murders. But that was enough for them to become the first women to ever be hanged at the Holloway prison on February 3rd, 1903. And it is the only double hanging of women ever carried out in modern times.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She can see my face. You can't.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's wild. I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean,
had
this
to,
is,
like-
this is going to be a controversial statement, and it feels a little bit fucked up. But I feel like if you're going to go, at least they got to go with their bestie, you know?
It's true.
They
They
got
were
to be
best
hanged
friends.
together.
Oh.
Well, she said.
She goes, at least she was with her bestie.
At
Jamie,
least- I
what if
mean,
we
they
die
were...
together?
We got this.
Oh. Yes.
I'll go fuck myself.
No.
Whatever,
You
guys.
pinky's up. There you go.
Anna's here.
Anna.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard that wild end of the story.
Yeah, that was our first pair of murderers.
So, wow. So they actually, like, did they kidnap babies and, like, kill them or something?
They-
Like, what did they do? Sorry.
They had like a
I'm so
lying-in
sorry.
home
Okay.
for women to drop off the babies that they couldn't care for or didn't want, and then they would poison them with
I
chlor.
didn't hear that bit.
I don't know.
That.
They basically suffocated the babies.
Yeah. They killed
Chloroform?
babies. It's
Not chloroform, but
like
similar.
chlorodyne or something. I don't know. They poisoned them and killed them.
That's fucked. When was
Yeah.
this? Sorry, that was...
1900,
Okay.
the year.
Oh, wow. That's...
See?
So, I understand why they got away with so much, I guess, like... But
That's the
well,
thing,
Their
too.
parents aren't there to like.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, nobody was there to, like,
Well, that's the thing. There's no track record for the mothers
Yeah.
to know what's happened with their babies, whether they were killed, died of natural causes, or were adopted out.
Yeah.
These mothers would never know because they were unwed. They were coming to this home to essentially drop them off anyway.
Like, have like a restart, kind of.
Yeah.
Just be like, this was not my problem. I can't imagine how many babies probably in this world like that happens to.
Yeah.
That's so wild. See, this is why sexual education is so important. Like, it's like literally so important. What? Anyway,
Preach.
wild. So, what are we talking about today exactly?
European serial killing women.
Amazing. I love that. for
Shall I
them.
bring on the next killer lady?
Obviously, yes.
Bring it on.
Mary Ann Cotton. Are you familiar, Kate?
I have heard her name, yes.
She is the first convicted female serial killer in Britain. She is considered one of the most prolific British serial killers, and she claimed the lives of her mother, 8 of her own children, 7 stepchildren, 3 husbands, a lover, and a friend.
I love her.
And 3 husbands. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I guess she didn't love her. Sorry.
That is true. So yeah, she killed
Sorry.
21 people with an arsenic-filled teapot.
Slay.
So we got another poisoning one.
She literally said, I will slay them.
This is the interesting thing to me about... I'm going to move on from what Anna said.
This was
The interesting
in the
thing to me
1800s.
I will
about
slay.
the interesting thing to me about female serial killers, particularly in like the 19th, 20th centuries, is that they're not typically aggressive. Like, it's not typically like being bludgeoned to death or stabbed or whatever, like shot,
It's
whatever.
like a poison.
It's
Yeah.
typically poison, and
Yeah.
it's in teapots, it's in food, it's in perfumes, it's in makeup. Like, women are sneaky.
What a good point.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because, like,
Wow.
as Criminal Minds say, men kill for, like, the sexual satisfaction. Women don't. And in her case... Typically, yes. In her case, she was killing her victims to apparently collect insurance policies. So arsenic poisoning causes gastric pain and rapid decline of health, which was like a lot of things in the 1800s. So they couldn't detect that she was poisoning them.
Let's not even talk about the green paint.
Oh.
And does anybody know about the green paint?
I don't know about the green paint.
Okay, so basically, sorry, this is a total segue.
It's okay.
But it's relevant.
But this is, so, it was a green, what's the green? Kate, can you, like, do you know?
It was,
it was like kind of like.
the women that were painting it, right? And they would lick the brushes.
It was that, but it was also, it was in everything.
Yeah.
People wanted green from top to bottom in their homes.
Yeah.
And they ordered, they would get green everything, and this green paint was extremely toxic, and it was used for, like, I would say more than a decade.
Yeah.
And it was in clothing.
Schlee's green?
I guess, yeah.
Schlee?
Schnee? No,
Scheel?
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was just like
Loaded with copper arsenite?
Yeah. So basically, it's
yeah,
like
that was it.
The color of the Liberty statue. That it's like that green, and it's what happens like that. If someone like scraped some of the Liberty lady and then put it in their cereal, they would probably die.
Well, it was arsenic.
Yeah.
No, that does tie in, because that's what we're talking about.
So,
Perfect.
yeah,
Exactly.
anyway.
Yeah. Mary Ann was believed to have started killing after marrying her first husband, William. When she was 20 years old, she had 5 children, 4 of whom died of gastric fever.
Can you imagine being married at 20 years old and then having 5 kids?
And then killing all of them.
Like,
She killed all of them? Wait, sorry, what? Huh?
well, she killed 4 of them.
Okay.
She also murdered 3 husbands, a lover, a friend,
Right.
Yeah.
8 of her own children, 7 stepchildren, her mom.
Well,
And I
so
guess
she
didn't love her.
Fuck's sake.
You already made that joke.
It's still funny. She laughed.
She's like, but you guys didn't laugh hard enough the first time. It's a lot.
It was a lot.
She then became a widow because her husband, William, like others, died of an intestinal disorder in 1865. And, oh no, this poor widow got an insurance payout.
Oh no.
A year later, she got a second husband. George Ward died again from intestinal problems. Mary Ann collected a hefty sum of insurance money. Married her third husband, James, in 1866. And the deaths continued with a mother, daughter, and 2 of James' children passing away.
I think it's one thing, and I'm not condoning this. I'm going to say that right now. It's one thing to kill your partner. It's one thing to kill your husbands for insurance money. It's still a terrible thing, but it happens. You know, sometimes a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. But I cannot imagine pushing out. So she had 5 kids with the first husband, killed 4 of them, and then had 3 more and killed those 3.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you would put yourself through the excruciating experience of pregnancy like 8 times to then just kill the baby.
And she didn't get caught for another 20 years.
Like, that's nuts.
She got arrested at the age of 40 after her stepson, Charles, was found poisoned by arsenic.
And was it at that point when people were like,
That's when she got arrested.
I'm
When
like,
she was
lots
40.
of people.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's
Why are so many
crazy.
people dying around you?
This woman must have terrible cooking.
Yeah. That's
think
messed
she,
up.
like-
Why are you laughing?
It is no, it's you guys are funny. It's really fucked up. Do you think she I don't know, when people would die, she would just like act so grief-stricken always.
That's what I want to know. Like,
Do you
what
know what I mean?
was she just a really good actress that was like, oh, my poor family?
Like, that's a lot of years to be actively killing people. Multiple people, not just one. Like, one, back then, like, I feel like a lot of people got away with killing. Like, and just, like...
Maybe she was
violence.
killing them in the family because they were, like, getting suspicious of her also.
But I can't even imagine, too, like, that same idea as Anna was saying. But, like, forming emotional connections with that many people. Just to, I mean, clearly she was a sociopath and didn't have
no feelings.
emotions. But, like, that's crazy to me to think of investing that much time and energy to just poison them.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
The next one
It's awful.
is probably the most popular, I think, out of all of these.
Wow.
He's like, I want to know about this one.
Continue.
Elizabeth Bathory. I don't know how to say any of these words, so we're going to do our best.
This is why I'm excited for this one.
Elizabeth Bathory was from Hungary.
From where in Hungary, James?
Hungary. In the 1500s. I think Kastis.
She was from this place.
Nibitor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to say it?
No. But I'm not gonna pretend.
She was born into prominent Protestant nobility, and her family controlled Transylvania. Her
Ooh.
uncle was Stefan Bathory, and he was king of Poland. She was a nut job.
She sure was.
She got married to Count Ferenc Nasidy.
Killed it.
Yep. Of another powerful Hungarian family, and she bore 4 children. After hubby died, rumors of Elizabeth's cruelty started to appear. There had already been some accounts of murders of peasant women that surrounded her, but people ignored it because, hey, they were peasants, and people didn't care. Like, royalty did not care about the
That's
peasants.
the unfortunate reality even now.
Yeah.
Like, royalty lives in a completely different existence.
Yeah.
But yeah. Claims in 1609 started to sprout up that she was killing women from noble families, which is when it started to gain
That's
people's
when it was a
attention.
problem.
Yeah. Suddenly they were like, wait a minute. And it has been said that she tortured and killed more than 600 women with the assistance of her servants.
And not just...
Over 600. Tortured and killed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not just, like, murdered and... Not that that's good by any means, but not just, like,
Yeah.
murdered and dealt with. But, like, abused and tortured. I was saying to Jamie, like, we could do a whole episode, and I would love to do a whole episode one day just on Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's fucked.
And you know what's messed
should.
up? 3 of her servants were put on trial and executed. She didn't even go to jail.
No.
She didn't get in trouble. She got, like, she was confined to her chambers in the castle, and she stayed there until she died. That was her punishment.
Mm-hmm. So,
600 women.
Tell us the reason why she needed all of these women, James.
Oh, yeah. She wanted to bathe in their blood because she thought it would keep her youthful forever.
So she was a witch,
She was a psychopath.
but a bad
There.
witch. We don't appreciate women hating women.
Like,
Exactly.
girl, you want to live forever? Bathe
That's
in milk or something.
on-
Like,
Period. She
There
should
was-
have invested in another type of magic young women's blood is not good.
Like,
It's not
put
the
in
move.
some lavender
Not the
in your
proper
bath. I don't know.
resource for you, lady.
No.
My God.
I'm not even sure, like...
Get a fucking
was it
flower or
virgin blood? Like,
something.
I'm not quite sure.
Sorry.
Well,
My tantrums.
a
over.
lot of the
pants.
theories around it are that she was basically involved with the devil, that she was doing seances, she was doing all of this like witchcraft.
Didn't work.
But-
She died when she was, like, 50.
So
I
she
mean-
literally was caught doing witchcraft on
But-
a frequent basis.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a witch. So you know those witches in stories, and they bathe in the blood. Like that's based on a true story.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
part of where they think a lot of Dracula's story comes from has to do with Elizabeth.
Whoa.
Because, I mean, she's from Transylvania.
Yeah.
She's doing all of the... Yeah, so there was a lot of talk of, like, potentially vampirism being involved with some of the torture.
Maybe it was just like popular, like in the area.
Like,
do you know what I
what-
mean?
Yeah, like, what was
Like,
going
one-
on in Transylvania that they were like,
How
people are
did
drinking
she
blood over here?
Yeah, she definitely didn't like find this on her own. You know
No.
what I mean? Like
Mhm.
people don't like participate in seances on their own, like with no.
No, you don't just
Like,
wake up and
maybe
go,
a-
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drink somebody's blood, probably.
Like, so she was like made. So basically, what you're saying is that the people from Transylvania are fucked up. No, sorry, you're
mean-
not saying this. Maybe I'm saying that. not Creeps and Coffee as a whole show.
Yeah,
No,
don't
no.
get our PR in trouble again.
The thoughts and opinions
I'm
expressed
saying
by the
this.
guests of Creeps and Coffee do not necessarily reflect our
Yes,
own
we need to
personal...
report
disclaimer.
this to HR right now.
Hi. So they are crazy.
They were, at least in the 1800s.
And that wasn't that long ago. So
200 years.
Do. Ancestors. Yikes. Okay, so
Thank you for that.
What did you say, Jen?
200 years?
200 something years.
From the 1800s?
When
Is
when
that-
in the 1800s?
1585
Oh, I thought it was 1800.
Whoa.
to
Okay,
2020.
500 years.
Still ancestors.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
She thought it was in the 1800s. It's okay. She wasn't that out.
The other one was the 1800s.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking it was the
1865.
1800s too. So there you
No, you guys got it. You killed it.
I wanted to do an honorable mention
go. LOL.
of,
Okay.
like, not really related, but sort of related for criminal-wise. Marie Antoinette.
She's pretty fucked up, eh? Definitely.
Well, she was convicted of high treason for attempting to undermine the French Revolution government.
I mean,
espionage,
she
and spending a large
was
portion
fucked up.
of the French treasury, and she was executed by guillotine on October 16th,
Yeah.
1973.
I-
Thank you.
She
I
was
will
fucked
never-
up, but that was a big part of like the French just hating women.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why she was an honorable mention, because it's like,
Yeah.
that one's controversial. She, you know.
Like she was not a great person. I'm not
What
saying
about-
that.
Why was her saying, like, let them eat cake? Do you know?
There is
So-
so much historical debate, and 90% of historians will tell you that did not fucking happen.
Why do people say that, then?
Because no one does research.
People hate women.
Well,
People hate women. They love to. So essentially, what they
Because no one does
what they
research.
were
She's
saying
so
was
right.
happening was the people of France were obviously poor. The like nobility were having parties and all these feasts and all this stuff, while the royal families were just like they were flourishing while people were starving. And apparently there was conversation where it got to the point where there was a huge famine. People were dying in the streets. They were desperate for food. They were begging. So people went to the royal family and said, please, your people are starving. They need something. You need to do something. And she essentially was like, well, how can they be starving? Let them eat cake. Like they can, why don't they just eat the cake?
oof.
But again, there's
That's,
no
like,
actual...
insane.
There's no actual record of a conversation like that occurring.
Interesting.
Like Anna said, people love to hate women, especially women in power.
Like absolutely, always.
So they were kind of like, well, guess what this bitch said.
Yeah.
And all of France was like, nah,
We should kill her.
yeah, let's cut her head off.
Just for being a woman in power. She was so young when she died, right? How
She
old
was.
She was like maybe in her 30s. Was she? I don't even know. But it's just so sad because it's like we either get burned at the stake, or
And most of the women in the Salem witch trials also were not witches.
No, they were just literally women who were like probably either.
Wasn't it like
They were probably
only
queer.
like 25 actual people who were killed were considered like witches, or like 15 or 25 or something, like really low?
Oh, God, no.
Still like
Women
not
with
right.
opinions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she won't have sex with me. She
Oh.
must be a witch.
She accused me of assaulting her.
But even then, like, it was
Oh,
literally like,
I must
oh,
kill
this
her.
person has an
Women.
opinion.
Witch.
I'll
Like,
Literally.
say that she did
Oh, she
witchcraft.
bakes a good bread. She's a witch.
yeah, oh, she's putting rosemary in her hair. Witch.
LOL.
We would, by the way, all be burned as witches.
Oh, I know, right?
We all would have died.
And I think about the fact. Oh,
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
yeah. That's
Our little cult, our little coven.
Yay, fun. I'll have to invite the others. I have a lot of others.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
worry.
Yes.
The
But
gays,
as long
they'll
as we were
come.
tied at the stake together.
Sorry. Did you get that one? Did you get that one? That was good. They all do, you know?
Amazing.
Mhm.
The gays.
Ooh, I was gonna say, I find that there are a lot of. Ready?
Mhm.
Privileged white men that are still literally trying to burn girls at the stake.
Yeah.
And like, not even honestly, and it's not even just like white men, like just like men everywhere.
So
are,
not
like,
controversial, that is correct.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
men
it's
who
just
think
so-
they have power. It's not. They don't even have actual tangible power. They just think they do. Because there's so many of these fucking men that have these god complexes.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking specifically where they think they're just God's gift to the fucking world,
Yeah.
and they
It's like
think
their
they
mothers
can.
probably told them that.
But it's
one
also
too many
just as
times.
bad when they play the victim and they're like,
God,
"But just
yeah.
because I'm a straight white man, well, like, I don't get enough representation, you know? There's not enough resources for me." Shut up.
Mhm.
Literally shut up.
Everything is for you.
I feel like there's a lot of men that are still like just like really
They just hate women.
Talking-
Kiss a man then.
like talking
Yeah.
like awful.
Like,
just
if you hate
about
women so much, go kiss a guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's just I don't know.
And this is
Anyway.
why I knew it'd be good to have you on this episode. Feminist talk.
Yeah. Yay. I love the girls.
Anything more to say on that, or next one?
I think it's probably safest if we move on before I say something that
Yeah,
gets me
no.
in trouble.
The next one, you actually have some first-hand experience with, Caitlin.
I do.
Not
So-
literally, but
No.
Amelia Dyer.
So, when I was in London and stumbled into the crime museum I was talking about, there was a huge section of notorious British criminals, and one of them was Amelia Dyer. So the first time I actually heard about Amelia Dyer was from this incredible historical YouTube channel that I really enjoy watching. It's called Well I Never, and they talk about European historical murders. And I think they do an incredible job, so shout out to them. But I had first heard about her from one of their videos. So I saw this huge wanted poster that they had up at this crime museum. And I was like, oh, sick. Cool. I mean, not cool, because she murdered 300 babies. But cool that I got to see firsthand a little bit about her in her area. What's interesting to me about her is how little she gets talked about, despite being one of the most notorious serial killers, or like intense serial killers, not just in the history of Europe or just in the UK, but in general. So, because it was the 1800s, like mid to late 1800s, there's no real sufficient record of what she was up to, But it's suspected she murdered more than 300 babies. Some people put it closer to 400.
Honestly, I would say more.
But that's the thing, and it's the same thing we talked about with the first case with the best friends, is like, there's no real way of knowing.
And that's so sad. Like, so many, like, lives that they didn't get to live.
Mm-hmm.
It makes my heart.
Jamie goes, I can't. She puts her hand out.
Literally.
She's like, I can see it in her face. I can't.
So
It's
essentially, it was like Victorian era England, which is where so much fucked up shit happened in general, in across a vast array of realms. But this was more of a baby farming situation. So similar to the first case we talked about, that was more of a safe house where it was hi Anna. That was more of a safe house where people could just drop off the babies and kind of be on their way with it, as terrible as that sounds. But in terms of baby farming,
Like a lot of people wanted to do that, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. But you missed us
Well,
talking
because
about
they didn't
that
have,
before.
like, contraception and stuff like now.
Yeah,
It could be women who were assaulted, women who were having
Sexual.
extramarital affairs.
Sexual education.
Exactly.
Talked about.
Exactly. But think about the consequences of being an unwed mother in the 1800s, right? Like, you
Yeah.
would lose everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
Your family could literally kill you.
there, unfortunately, were a lot of circumstances where they just had to get rid of the baby. If they
Yeah.
could hide the pregnancy, great. If not, they would come to places like where Amelia Dyer would work, and they would tell people they were going on vacation, going to work as a servant at a house or whatever. They would spend the final few weeks or months of their pregnancy at this place. They would give birth, and then they would hand... Oh, I have the hiccups again. Jeez. Jesus Christ. They would hand off their baby. And they would pay for these people to help them with the birth, to help them with getting rid of the baby, to send the baby off, and then they would be on their way. And it was expensive. There were costs for the bed, there were costs for the food for the women, the food for the baby. A lot of times these women couldn't afford that and couldn't ask their families for money, because obviously they would ask what the money was for, and they couldn't be like, well, I'm going to go dump this baby that I'm having, because that defeats the entire purpose. So a lot of times it would end up with women, just like the Butterbox babies I was talking about before, it would end up with the women working at these facilities, helping to take care of the babies, get rid of the babies, whatever the case may be.
Wow.
So in the case of Amelia Dyer, she worked primarily in Bristol and in Reading, and she would take a lump sum to have these babies under the guise that she was going to take care of them, raise them, adopt them out, and they would have happy, healthy lives. Obviously, that is not what happened. Initially, when she started out, it was her just letting the baby die from starvation and neglect, not taking care of them. They would sit in their filth, they would throw up on themselves, they would starve, all of this stuff, and then they would get rid of the baby.
Which is honestly worse to me.
It's terrible, but unfortunately, this was an inconvenient way of killing them, because malnutrition doesn't just, it's not like The Sims, where
Like after a
the
day.
needs go down, a day is done, the baby's gone. It's weeks
It's a long
and weeks
process.
and
That would
months.
take
Yeah.
a long time
Yeah.
to
So
kill someone doing
yeah.
that.
So not only are you dealing
I mean, a
with
baby
the,
probably wouldn't take as long, but
but
I think
still
like,
you're
what,
dealing
2
with
weeks?
it would
You're
take
dealing
at
with the
least like
smell.
a month, I would
Yeah.
say.
You're dealing with the
Sorry.
smell. You're dealing with a sick baby to begin with. A lot of these babies were colicky. They were stressed.
Can I
Yeah.
just add? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I work in personal care. I take care of people who, if I wasn't part of the team, like obviously there's a team of people that help, but like I'm part of that team. If we weren't there to take care of them, it would be like that situation. So like I understand like the visual of that, and honestly, it is fucking terrible to think about a baby suffering through that. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, so I just wanted to give you that visual how fucking awful this person
Yeah,
probably
it's
is. This lady.
horrendous. And
Anyway.
just like Anna was saying, like, if there's not someone there to take care of people who are in vulnerable states, babies included,
Like, awful.
the baby can't ask for help. The baby can't do it themselves. And it's not just one baby in a room. It's 5-10 babies at a time, screaming, crying, throwing up, being sick, starving.
Just sick. Just literally
And
sick.
There's nothing enjoyable about that experience. So
It's just
Amelia
suffering.
Dyer looked at it as an inconvenience. It was costing her too much money to deal with the cleanup, the smell, anything involved with it.
What the
So instead of letting
Your
these
brain.
babies die,
Don't
like,
do
it's
it.
fucked up. Instead of just letting these babies die, she got to a point where she would just strangle them to death. A lot of times with the mothers still in the facility, still recuperating. And she would tell the mother either that there was complications, there were certain circumstances where she brought a different baby to the mother, where the mother would recognize that she had had a baby boy, and Amelia would bring her a baby girl, but not let her hold it, not let her see too
Yo.
closely, and be like, see, your baby's fine, gotta go.
Yo, she wasn't even smart about it.
No!
She
But
was-
these mothers couldn't say anything because they couldn't say, I'm an unwed mother who just gave
And this
up
is
their
where
baby.
I came to drop off my baby.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they would get, it was illegal for them to be doing that too.
Yeah.
So Amelia knew that these women weren't going to say anything. The people working for her weren't going to say anything because they would get in trouble for working there. So she was kind of in the
Yeah.
clear.
Took advantage of a really vulnerable population.
Yeah, and it got to a point where the women who were coming to have the babies were also not being taken care of. They were dealing with medical emergencies. Amelia wasn't a nurse. She wasn't a doctor. They didn't have a doctor on hand. She wasn't even a midwife. She was just a woman who was like, yeah, I can make some money from these poor women.
Dang.
So there were certain circumstances where doctors were called. And because doctors sort of knew that houses like this existed, occasionally they would come in and check on the houses and make sure that people were decent. So in 1879, she ended up getting caught because a doctor became suspicious about the very high volume of deaths that he had been called to certify, because they had to know, like, there had to be a death certificate. But after that, she was only sentenced to 6 months. And she wasn't sentenced to 6 months of prison time. It wasn't house arrest. It was hard labor for neglect.
That's insane.
But so after this 6 months of hard labor, she was just released and she went right back to baby farming. So nobody checked in.
What'd you just call this?
Baby farming.
Baby
She goes-
farming.
Baby farming.
Yeah.
What are you? You're not farming.
But think about it.
You're not prosperous from this.
She made a lot of money.
Because she made money, I guess. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She made so much money
But
because
did
not
she
only
make? How did she make money though? Because like weren't
these
the
women,
girls like working for her?
When they couldn't
then
afford it.
some of them, if they couldn't afford it,
But some of them really could.
But-
Okay, LOL.
and it wasn't always the women that were paying for it too. Like Jamie mentioned earlier, a lot of times it was
An
like
affair.
servants. Yeah, servants working for houses. The man would be like, I'm not going to fucking deal with this. I'll pay for
Yeah.
you to get rid of this baby. Drop it off. Don't mention it. And they'd pay extra money for keeping the baby alive for a certain amount of time, taking care of medical expenses, all of this shit.
Wow.
And then there would also be money coming in from adoptions. If she did keep one alive and adopted it out, she was essentially just selling a baby through the back door. Like, there's no records. Like, here you go, have this baby.
Yeah.
That's really
Because of how she got caught, having to certify all of the deaths and everything, she got to a point after she was released where she was like, you know what? If I just don't tell them and I dispose of the bodies myself, then they're not going to tell me that it's too many babies and I'm not going to get caught.
I
So
want
in-
to say,
Mhm.
sorry again. I'm so sorry.
Go
The
for it.
fact that they are babies made disposal a million times easier, which is terrifying. to think about.
Absolutely.
And Anyway, I
Not
can't.
that it's-
I'm like,
yeah.
these are the thoughts that I'm having, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Anyway.
So she was like, yeah, I'll just get rid of them myself, whatever. In 1896, so almost 20 years after she got caught the first time, the body of an infant in a bag was found in the Thames in Reading. So they found this bagged baby in the river, and they ended up tracing it back to Amelia. So on April 4th of 1896, she was arrested and tried for the murder of the infant, who was given a name. They found her family and everything, and they ended up naming her Doris.
Also, for reference, that's like at least 15 babies murdered per year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So she was only tried for the murder of the one baby. The jury took 4.5 minutes to find her guilty, and she was hanged a little less than a month later, or a little more than a month later, on June 10th. They could only tie technically a couple murders to her. They only had the proof for a handful.
That's so messed up.
Everybody knows, and she most likely would have admitted to somebody that there was significantly more. Because of Amelia Dyer, and this is what was interesting to me looking at the Crime Museum and looking at her actual case. It's her case and her circumstances that are the reason that adoption laws in Britain were made a lot stricter.
Good.
And local authorities were given the power to police these baby farms and check in and make sure that things were happening legally and properly and adoptions were going the way that they were supposed to, in the hope of getting rid of this abuse. Didn't necessarily make the situation so much better, because obviously we have other cases across Britain, like the one we talked about before, cases all over the world where baby farms are happening. Who knows if they're still happening now? It's highly likely.
Yeah.
But because of her case, the conversation at least got started. So
Preach.
It's very interesting how challenging it is to adopt nowadays as well, and to think about the reasons why. Generally, like, to this day, like, people create reasons all the time. It's so scary. Abuse is rampant. And I think that, I mean, like, obviously it's not really related, but, like,
Part of it.
the way that people live nowadays, like, I think can create a lot of abuse and neglect and, like, just, like, how our society is. So I feel like, I don't know, people were just, like, kinder.
Well, absolutely. Like, I mean, my own career, the whole thing that I do with my life is based on kids that are dealing with abuse. Starting from, I mean, our abuse center has a prenatal unit because the mothers are being abused, and we know that there's a 95% chance that the second that baby comes out, abuse is going to come from the mother, the father, the stepfather, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Just, like, scary.
it's
I
horrendous.
mean, I think it's just, I feel like it just goes to show you, like, how precious life is, that people, like, even, like, those kind of people, like, terrible people, like, seek that out to, like, benefit from it.
Mhm.
But it's
that's
also
the
just
really
so precious
important
in
thing.
itself.
And that's
to
a
just,
really
like,
good point that Anna just made, where people who want to hurt people in vulnerable situations, people who are interested in stuff like that, they're gonna seek it out. There's never gonna be, unfortunately, never gonna be a way to fully screen the people that are taking care of us, the people that are taking care of our kids. There's always gonna be shitty people.
A lot of the time, also, abuse is learned behavior.
100%.
When you think about that, holy shit.
Well, I mean, look at some of the cases we talked about today, too. Like,
Yeah.
you don't just randomly decide to poison people.
Yeah.
You don't randomly think, like, oh, I can use people for insurance money. You don't randomly think I can use people to sell their babies. Like,
Or
this-
soak in their blood.
or bathe in their
of
blood,
the
you know?
virgins. Sorry.
But it's interesting to look at the circumstances that all of these women would have been in versus versus the outcome of their existence and the outcome of their decisions. And Jamie's gonna roll her eyes, but it all comes back to nature versus nurture at the end of the day. Like,
Sorry, are you teaching year 1 in university on psych courses?
absolutely. But no, it's just, I think what's interesting to me is that conversations about female serial killers, like the ones we've talked about today, are almost non-existent unless you go looking specifically for, like, female serial killers. But the circumstances, like we kind of talked about before, like the circumstances that make a killer, female, male, non-binary, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter at the end of the day what these people are, how they identify. They're just shitty at their core. But the circumstances that bring out those behaviors can vary so drastically between and across genders. It's just interesting to see how it can all play out and how society perceives it. Because I find too, like, even with like TikToks that I've seen and stuff, like, there's almost a forgiveness for female serial killers where you're like, yeah, it's just like they're women
They're
taking
not
their power
perceived
back.
as dangerous. as
Exactly.
men. I feel like just generally, because I mean, men always have the argument of like, oh, like men are stronger, men are bigger and stronger. I'm gonna beat you up because I'm bigger and stronger than you. For other men and women are just like anyone that they're bigger than. But it's so ridiculous because, like, as soon as they meet someone that's bigger than them or could beat them up, they're like, okay. So,
Well, like, women
Just don't
can
hurt
be
me.
killers too, just like women can
Exactly.
be rapists as well.
exactly, yeah. Like, I was gonna say something. Sorry, I can't remember.
But it's like, just at the end of the day.
Something about-
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just I was just gonna say, when you talked about Googling female serial killers, like, you really have to search. It's the same with like historians or any minority kind of, like, it's just, you know, it's not like actively like, or it's not like present
Yeah.
really. It's just starting to be, but I don't know. Like, we always take a back seat. I don't know. It's so sad. Still, like.
But I think just like
2023.
at the end of the day, they're killers.
Yeah.
Like, that's
if we're
like,
crazy or amazing,
Yeah.
we are
Like-
forgotten about.
We're gonna do concluding statements now. My concluding statement, yikes.
On bikes. Sorry.
Girl.
Correct.
Period. End of sentence.
End of period.
Anna,
Is that it?
do you have a concluding statement?
No, I just
Any
mean,
final
are
words?
you?
Yeah.
Yikes! It's
Yikes.
very yikes. I feel like,
Zoinks, Scoob.
yeah,
That
And, like-
sums it up perfectly,
and
actually.
Scoob being society.
Exactly.
No, just I don't know. People are really fucked up, and sometimes you really don't even know. And everyone is, but in different ways. And some people are really murdering babies. Uncool. I just like really
We have
value
empathy,
life now.
and they do not.
Valuing life is like paramount.
That's what I'll never understand. And Jamie and I kind of talked about this before you got here too, is like, these people are obviously sociopaths. But I just, at any level, I can't imagine not caring about other people enough to, like, even just to be rude to someone on the street. There's people out here that are, like, rude to waitresses. There's people that are fucking murdering people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have such little
Assaulting
respect?
people.
Yeah, like, how do you have such
Sexually
little
abusing.
regard for other humans? And not even just humans, but just other living creatures. People are fucked.
Yeah.
We need to start showing love to more people. But no, I just think whether it's the 1500s, whether it's the 1800s, whether it's 2023, people are fucked up. And we need to stop it.
And you know, history repeats itself.
It sure
And that's
does.
just how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Do it.
thank you for joining us, Anna.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I chatter about lots of random things. Thank you for your patience.
Well, thanks for
We
joining
are-
us yet again.
We are happy to have you always. You are our most recurrent guest. You are our
You
only
probably will
recurrent
be.
guest.
Yeah.
And I will. Well, no, I won't be the only, but I will always be back.
You'll be number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always. Because I love the Gales. They're so sweet.
So, we love you. Our listeners love you.
Yeah.
We gotta go
Yeah.
gossip now.
Do they love
Yeah.
me?
They do.
I love you guys too. Keep listening.
If
This
you
is
guys...
Anna. I'll show you my.
She will.
Smash that subscribe button.
If you would like to tell
Kate
Anna
goes,
how much
"She
you
will."
love her... if you would like to show Anna how much you love her, ask her if you can see her boobs. You can send us an email at creepsandcoffee@gmail.com. If you would like to hear more conversations like this, you can follow us over on our Instagram or our Twitter at creepsandcoffee. If you would like to join our crazy adventures and get some more updates and help support the show along the way, you can check out our Buy Me a Coffee page, which is buymeacoffee.com/creepsandcoffee.
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah, buy us all a coffee. There's potentially a Patreon coming soon. So we'll see how that goes. You can definitely buy us a coffee there or buy some boob pics.
Yeah.
We love
anytime.
you. We're grateful for you. And we will
Or some
talk
butt
to you-
pics.
Maybe.
Sorry.
We will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Creeps and Coffee is produced and edited by us, Kate and Jane.
Our theme music is Stuck in a Hole by Dated.
For more information on where to find them, check out the link in our show notes. And to connect with us, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Creeps and Coffee.